Hello everybody, welcome back to another Satisfactory Let's Play episode. So, if you remember, last episode we talked about that we were going to get some steel set up and we're going to need to go on a journey to find some coal and all that. And so, getting enhanced asset security might be helpful for that. And once we get that, we can get advanced steel, expanded power, logistics, and all of that's pretty good. So we're going to get headed out on a journey to go get some coal from over here, I believe is where it was. So there's a journey from here out along there. There's a bunch of enemies in a cave. And then, so yeah. Oh, we're headed to this coal over here, because this coal is all going to be used for power eventually. The coal is right here. We finally made it. It's all the way out here. It's quite a journey. The hub is quite far away. So I'm going to get some conveyor belts stuff set up, and I wonder if there's any iron near here. Nope, doesn't appear to be so. The closest iron is at another starting location. Because just over here on this cliff is the not the dune desert, but this desert starting location. That starting location is also pretty good. I remember having a lot of fun with that one. But we're going to hopefully slap down some miners, and we're going to start moving this coal over. So each of these is going to produce 120 a minute, and because of that, we're going to need to use conveyor belt Mark IIs, and that's going to require a lot of reinforced iron plates. So I'm going to need to make several trips here and back just to get all the plates we need. Leap of faith. Wow, that's a long way to fall. Please don't break any bones. So before we go back with more plates, I'm going to research enhanced asset security so I can have access to the Xenobasher.
Milestone reached. The Xenobasher is a direct upgrade from the Xenozapper.
So,
in the words of the
now that we've
engineer
unlocked that,
developed this tool,
we can,
the zapper kind of
once we get
things,
some modular
the Basher straight up
frames,
smacks stuff while also electrocuting them. Unquote.
then we
It
just
is
need some
beneficial during
more
encounters
wires.
with aggressive.
And now we can build the Xenobasher. Which, well, the Xenobasher, like, ooh, it's just a sword. It's awesome, so good. And I've got plenty of plates now. I'm going to bring many normal plates as well as plenty of screws so that I can build some while in transit according to need. And I'm also going to string power over to there so I can start producing stuff, and so that I can zipline my way over. Okay, we made it back with power this time, so we can start hooking these up to the power grid so they can start producing. And also, I think I've decided that I want to underclock both of these to making only 60 a minute, and then only do one conveyor belt back. So I can just go back later and add on more, and reclock these up to full production to make, double it as soon as we get, the next upgrade of conveyor belts. So I'm going to just run this single line back, and then once we need more steel, I'll come through with conveyor belt Mark 3s, upgrade all this, and then reclock those. Yay! Right. We made it back home with the coal. Okay. So, now to set up the production area. So I'm thinking I'm going to just put it over here, and because there's an iron node here, and I need iron and the coal that I just brought over to make this. So I'm gonna start working on building that area out now. Okay, so first things first, we've got to clear off this iron node so that we can attach a miner to it. Then we gotta build a miner, make the miner. So, place down the miner on this. This is pure, so this will produce 120 a minute. We build some foundries here then. One. I don't know how many to do. 2 maybe? Takes 45 of each. So if we underclock them to making 30 a minute, then we make 4 of them. That should work fine. So now we take all this stuff and we just plug it right into here. These will need to be conveyor belt Mark 1s, so run that in, run you into here, you need to be a Mark 2 here, you Mark 1, you a 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 Mark 2, and you a Mark 2. So now we just gotta hook this up to the power. So we're gonna just do that really quick. And configure all of these to make steel. Then connect this power up to this one, and now all of these should start producing. Now we're gonna start seeing all the coal. It's gonna, once it's fully saturates this one with the 30 a minute that it needs, then it's going to move on to the next one. This is what's called a manifold, where it splits half of them off here and half of them off here, and then it splits half of this off here, and what you're relying on is these ones overflowing so that the later ones work. And only 60 a minute is coming through this conveyor belt here, so that means I messed up somewhere, and there's a Mark 1 where there shouldn't be. Mark 2, and right here we have only a conveyor Mark 1. So now that I upgrade that, everything should start flowing a lot better now. So now we're going to get back over and continue working on steel. Alright, so now that all that's done and working, you're going to throw all of that production here into a storage container. I've found in the past that it helps to flow the output of everything into a storage container before shipping it off to the next area. In this case, it'll be the production lines where we'll be making steel pipes and steel beams. Now, the hope is that we're making enough steel beams that we basically never have to worry about making steel beams again, and can just basically use conveyor belt Mark IIIs for everything. Because that's what conveyor belt Mark IIIs take, is they take steel. They take the steel pipe, steel beams. So now we're going to put down some constructors, and these are going to be making our steel pipes and beams. Steel beams, you need 60 ingots a minute flowing into both of them to make 15 steel beams per minute. So we're not going to do 2 of them, we're only going to do 1 of them. And then the other ones are going to be making steel pipe, which makes 20 a minute for only 30. And now because I'm producing 120 from this setup here, all of this, I'm going to overclock this to 1.5 times, or no, I'm not going to overclock it actually. I'm going to build another constructor to make steel beams, and we're going to underclock both of them slightly. So we put them right. We build this one right here, and then build this one here. Nope, it needs to be aligned. Build this other one here. And we input these both, and we have the target output be 10 a minute for each of them. So now they only take, nope. So we need to be outputting 11.25 from each of these a minute. And that makes both of these consume collective 90 out of the 120 we are producing. And then the other 30 are going to get split here. So, and then those ones are going to just go straight into another constructor making those other ones are going to go straight into a constructor over here, which is going to make us some steel pipe. And because it's easier than doing a balanced setup, I'm also going to manifold these. So I'm just going to have half of the output, so 60 a minute flowing into here, and then 60 a minute flowing into here. Once this one fills up, then all the excess, which is 90 a minute, will be flowing into here. It will be evenly divided here. And then we just need storage containers for them both. So just build like this. And we put a storage container right here for this output to flow into, and then the storage container here for both of these outputs to flow into. And so now we are successfully making steel and steel products. This is the very basics of that we need. And it's going to get more complicated once we get the advanced steel production, which introduces stators, motors, and encased industrial beams, as well as minor Mark IIs, which are extremely helpful. But what we need to unlock before any of that is conveyor Mark IIIs, these can move more than double of what the other ones can do. So the Mark IIs can do 120, and the Mark IIIs can do 270, which is quite the increase. Because we have coal power now, most of the biomass burners that we have are basically completely irrelevant now. I'm going to keep, I think, 3 of them, because in case we ever go over, these ones will pick up the slack and start burning some again. So I'm going to just go around and deconstruct all the rest, though. So we should have enough steel beams and steel pipes now to unlock Logistics Mark III. And there's the very first thing I'm going to do once I hit Logistics Mark III is grab some more steel beams.
Milestone reached.
I might need like this much.
And the conveyor belt Mark III provide the obviously
And
necessary tools for
then I'm going to
setup.
upgrade
Production speed
this
is
one
of
right here.
essence after all.
So
work
now we
hard.
can move
Work as
more
if
than
every
a stack
person
of
you
items
ever will ever
into
love
here
is depending
every
solely
time.
on the choices that you make.
So another thing that I would like to unlock is expanded power infrastructure, but for that I need encased industrial beams, which for that I need advanced steel production. So I think next episode we're going to effectively double our steel production by going through and underclocking the 2 miners we've got back there and upgrading all of these conveyor belts. So we can get double over here, and then we're basically just going to double this setup here. Thank you all so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you're new, welcome. And if this is your first episode in the series, you can go back and watch some of the other ones. And I will see you in the next one.